They looked like one of entertainment's most unbreakable couples. She was an acclaimed music artist turned entrepreneur, and he was the charismatic NBA star who proudly flaunted his devotion for her in public. Yet beneath that perfect image, Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert were quietly unraveling, and the full story would remain hidden for nearly a year. Now everything is out in the open. Private documents have mysteriously leaked, accusations are flying about who caused the divorce drama, and both sides are dishing bombshell claims that have left everyone stunned. Buckle up. This isn't just a story about a split. It's a wild ride of shady maneuvers, suspicious motives, and secrets no one ever expected to see the light of day. Their story started like a dream, but the ugly aftermath has turned into one of the biggest spectacles in celebrity relationship history. If you think you know all the details, get ready, because the truth runs far deeper than you might imagine. Once hailed as couple goals, Tiana and Iman had a love story that captured the internet's heart. She was the artistic powerhouse who balanced singing, dancing, and directing. He was the basketball pro with a championship under his belt, a sense of style, and a cameo in her music videos that suggested they had it all together. For years, it seemed like they shared not just a marriage, but a creative partnership. Fans fawned over their sultry appearances, swore their chemistry was unmatched, and even admired their rumored adventurousness in the bedroom. But in entertainment, rumors can set the stage for a shocking downfall. Speculation of trouble began swirling. Hush-hush talk about Iman stepping out, about Tiana being too career-focused for him, and even hints that the couple's open-minded approach to intimacy had introduced too many complications. Still, no official statement emerged. Then, abruptly, the bomb dropped that they'd already divorced, quietly at that. No tabloid got the inside scoop, no cameras recorded dramatic arguments on a reality TV show. After an entire year of secrecy, the once private legal dissolution exploded all over the internet. Fans asked, why hide it? Why drop this so long after the fact? Suddenly, accusations mounted. Did Tiana want more money? Did Iman resent her independence? Nobody really knew, but the hush-hush nature of the divorce created a frenzy. It also prompted the bigger question, who had the most to gain by letting the public in on what went down behind the scenes? That's when the real storm began. Out of nowhere, those confidential divorce papers, complete with addresses, valuations, and painful details, popped up on numerous websites. In big, bold headlines, they claimed Tiana walked away with a shocking series of wins. 4 prime real estate properties, valued at an eye-watering 8 figures, plus a one-time 6-figure payout, plus monthly child support, plus coverage for the children's private school. To some, it sounded like Tiana had cleaned Iman out. Others saw it as well-deserved compensation after all she'd endured. But who leaked it, and why? Tiana's fans immediately pointed fingers at Iman, insisting he wanted to tarnish her image by portraying her as a money-grubbing ex. Meanwhile, Iman's supporters said Tiana had probably orchestrated the leak herself, hungry for public sympathy and more clicks for her brand. Suddenly, social media turned into a courtroom, with strangers dissecting every line of the alleged settlement. A few fans were excited to see Tiana winning, celebrating her success as a single mother chasing her bag. Others branded her a gold digger or worse, claiming she was only after revenge. It was messy, chaotic, and far from over, because Tiana wasn't about to remain silent. She'd kept quiet for more than a year, but enough was enough. When Tiana finally spoke, she didn't hold back. Going live, she revealed she'd never intended for their private issues to become public, and she definitely didn't appreciate random trolls spamming her with vile threats. According to Tiana, she'd reached out to Iman in private when the leaks first began, begging him to either confirm or deny his involvement. She asked for some kind of unity, if only to keep dangerous details off the internet. Yet she claims her efforts hit a brick wall. Not only did Iman dodge requests for mediation, but Tiana also suspected he was feeding these leaks to top gossip platforms to manipulate public perception. In that tense livestream, Tiana sounded hurt, frustrated, and possibly afraid. She insisted that she'd tried to keep the entire divorce under wraps for the sake of their daughters. But once the world discovered the terms, accusations got uglier by the hour. Some keyboard warriors went after her children, used slurs, and attempted to paint her as an unfit mother who was destroying Iman's life purely out of spite. She wanted no part of the gold digger narrative, emphasizing that she doesn't need Iman's money. She has successful music, fashion, and other ventures under her belt. She also pointed out that if she really wanted to humiliate Iman, she could have unleashed a torrent of personal details or filed more serious legal complaints long ago. Instead, she tried to handle things quietly, hoping he'd respect her enough to keep it civil. But her biggest frustration was this. Every time she tried to settle out of the public eye, something else from their private proceedings got mysteriously leaked. What made the entire ordeal more bizarre was Iman's sudden burst of comedic posts. He teamed up with internet funny man Rico Oho Funny for a couple of skits. One portrayed him as depressed and broke, apparently because he'd had to hand over a hefty sum to Tiana. In another, he joked that he hadn't smiled in a decade, implying he's been miserable since day one. These sketches were supposed to be comedic relief, but fans quickly noticed the bitter undertone aimed at Tiana. People who once adored him for his sense of humor found themselves torn. Was Iman simply coping with heartbreak through humor, or was he publicly taunting the mother of his kids? Tiana's reaction was heartbreak mixed with exasperation. She'd spent months minding her own business, refusing to badmouth him. Then these petty skits popped up, fueling speculation that he couldn't let go of a deep-seated grudge. To Tiana, it felt like a personal attack. She'd never hopped online to do comedic jabs at him, never once publicly humiliated him in the wake of their split. She reminded fans that when rumors first swirled about him shutting off her utilities, she'd rush to his defense, publicly denying that he would do such a thing. Now she realized her goodwill might have backfired, emboldening him to spin his own narrative. But Iman's possible leaks and comedic digs weren't the only reason Tiana's name was plastered all over headlines. She'd been romantically linked to actor Pierre, nicknamed Mufasa by rumor circles online, and the timing seemed to enrage her ex. Tiana didn't confirm her relationship at first, letting fans connect the dots through subtle Instagram hints. But once pictures and flirtatious comments started circulating, more drama brewed. Why now? Why was Iman allegedly more antagonistic than ever, just when Tiana seemed happy with someone new? Fans began hypothesizing that Iman couldn't handle seeing her move on. Others wondered if Tiana had deliberately paraded her new relationship to provoke Iman. The reality, according to Tiana, was much simpler. She wanted to be free to date without worrying that every rumor would become a major scandal. Yet from her perspective, as soon as she embraced her new freedom, the settlement fiasco magically surfaced online. Whether it was jealousy or not, the sequence of events was suspicious. Tiana's romance goes public, and suddenly confidential court documents show up on gossip blogs. Tiana claims it was no coincidence, insisting Iman orchestrated the leak at the worst possible moment to sabotage her happiness and paint her as the money-hungry villain. Enough was enough. Tiana filed a lawsuit accusing Iman of contempt by leaking those sealed documents. She demanded that the court hold him responsible for any damages she had suffered, not just the online harassment, but also the legal fees she'd spent trying to clean up the mess. Iman's lawyer responded with a flat-out denial, insisting he never sent anything to the media and never would. He asked the judge to throw out Tiana's claims and demanded that she prove he was behind the leaks. As this new legal battle heated up, fans noticed a troubling pattern. Each time Tiana tried to move forward, she was dragged back into legal drama. She'd have to pay her own legal team, invest more emotional energy, and endure more public scrutiny. Meanwhile, Iman's camp insisted Tiana was keeping this chaos alive for attention, maybe to remain relevant in a fiercely competitive industry. But Tiana's supporters weren't buying that. They pointed to her string of achievements, music tours, high-fashion brand campaigns, directing gigs, and argued that she hardly needed negativity to stay in the spotlight. Indeed, Tiana had always been known for her hustle, not for stoking drama. The public, split into factions, formed heated debates online. Some people believed Tiana's side wholeheartedly. They saw her as an independent woman who made the unfortunate mistake of trusting the wrong person, only to get thrown under the bus when she tried to protect him. Others labeled her a hypocrite and pointed out that she was enjoying the fruits of Iman's labor, even though she was financially stable on her own. Critics questioned her sincerity in claiming she wanted to protect Iman from negative backlash, when, in the end, she never hesitated to reveal those allegations, like him shutting off her power or ignoring mediation. Tiana countered that she had no other choice once the divorce settlement was leaked. It was time to speak up. Even the rumors about their once open-minded bedroom antics and potential 4SMs reemerged. Some fans chuckled that the relationship that began with adventurous excitement ended in bitter conflict. Others used it as proof that no matter how spicy a couple keeps their private life, a rocky foundation always leads to heartbreak. Whether Iman truly orchestrated a smear campaign to punish Tiana for moving on, or Tiana was intentionally making him out to be the villain for her own advantage, no one had a conclusive answer. But each time Tiana posted or went live, or each time Iman tweeted or dropped a fresh comedic skit, the internet devoured it, adding fuel to a growing fire. In the end, we're watching two people who once called each other forever, fighting over accusations of sabotage and deception. Their kids are caught in the middle while tabloids churn out clickbait about Tiana's newest love interest or Iman's desperate attempts at comedic shade. What was once a union of shared artistry, passion, and maybe some bedroom experimentation has deteriorated into a messy public spectacle nobody can fully control. Tiana says she wants to be left in peace to move on and enjoy her new romance. Iman denies every allegation but seems content to let the rumor mill keep spinning. That begs the question, how did we get here? Could it have been avoided if both sides simply kept their vow of silence after the divorce? Or does the entire fiasco reveal the extent to which fame and personal grudges can feed off each other? Whatever happens next, this much is clear. Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert's saga isn't just about money or property or a single piece of legal paperwork. It's become a cautionary tale about the true cost of a high-profile relationship. Even when the marriage ends, the drama might only be beginning. Viewers are left to wonder if this entire fiasco could escalate further, or if both stars will finally find a way to break free of the cycle and focus on raising their children without turning every private detail into a public battleground. No one knows how this will truly end, but one thing is certain. As long as Tiana and Iman keep sparring behind the scenes and online, the headlines won't stop. And the rest of us, watching from the sidelines, can only wait to see what fresh revelations emerge and brace ourselves for the next round of shocking twists. Because if there's one lesson from this entire ordeal, it's that in the world of heated divorces and warring exes, there's always more than meets the eye.